The American dream, does anybody even know what that is anymore? I don't think for a long time, because it hasn't been there because of Republicans that shouldn't be in office, that don't know what they're doing, don't know how to prioritize, and Democrats, same. The American dream is the national ethos, which means character, the national character of the United States, a set of ideals including representative democracy, rights, liberty, and equality, in which freedom is interpreted as the opportunity for individual prosperity and success, as well as upward social mobility for oneself and their children, achieved through hard work in a capitalist society with few barriers. Key word there, few barriers. The one thing that the government is supposed to do is protect our freedoms, not constantly infringe upon them. And yet, never in my adult life, and I think that I could speak for anybody on any side of the aisle, has the parties done anything, Republican or otherwise, to really do anything for the people. When I have to go through, like, one thing I've hated for ever since becoming a nurse is the constant red tape. The constant red tape because of associations, unions, experts, okay? I mean, and I'm not talking about the basics. Yes, we have to have a nursing, okay? But the constant invasive, I have to get this shot, I have to get this test, I have to give this urine sample. Okay, fine, your urine sample drugged. But still, this constant stick that I have to do this, that is a barrier to me having how can someone that none of these people in Washington would care about, right? They wouldn't, because they only care about themselves. So how could America possibly be a nation that's about caring about other people or about prosperity and freedom when everybody in Washington, except for a handful of them, even think about anybody but themselves? I'm getting so upset I'm spitting. When I have to get more and more shots, okay, that's a barrier to my prosperity, my having the American dream. It's another way to put a roadblock for the everyday average American citizen that does live paycheck to paycheck. None of these people in Washington have a clue what that's like. It's terrifying when you live paycheck to paycheck. Anybody who lives paycheck to paycheck, you know what I mean. You're always one paycheck away from destruction. Is that what seemed like, that's what the American dream is about? And it's all because they let because it's a private institution. Well, then that needs to change, doesn't it? Because the private institutions themselves have their American dream. They have all the money. They have all the power. They have all the control. And they set the tone for every average day American who's trying to get ahead, who tries to get a savings, a 401k, and then all of their roadblocks and all of their unethical bullshit, all of it, especially in healthcare, prevent me from being able to achieve the American dream. And that's not taking a victim stance. That's me saying, no, I'm sick of the damn barriers. I'm sick of somebody saying I have to stick a needle I have to go put a needle in my arm, which my morals tell me not to do. I know nobody in Washington or the healthcare system at the top can possibly understand that there are some of us out here that just trust on God, okay? And that do not want to have injection after injection, okay? It's a barrier. And that is what the government is supposed to not do, is not let people infringe on make barriers for us. And all our government has done, all the Republicans and the Democrats have done, is continue to put barriers up. And the barriers they put up are against the people like me. Yeah, sorry, I'm not an LGBTQ member. I'm not a BLM member. So I don't get all those special little, can get out of jail free after I set cars on fire. Or just get to walk free after I read porn cartoon stories to children in the classroom. Yeah, I'm just a hard worker that just would just like to have less barriers. Like, just let the average person that that lives paycheck to paycheck. And again, nobody in Washington, none of you people have any idea what that's like. It's like a constant anxiety attack. You turn it over to God and just trust in God. But you don't serve the Constitution. None of you people do. Your whole roles wasn't to protect LGBTQ rights. Wasn't any of this shit. You have let all these companies, all these businesses get away with, especially the big ones, get away with this inclusive, diversity, and equity, racist agenda. And again, setting aside the average American like me, who isn't asking for anything special. I would just like a chance for the American dream. Is that so damn hard for any of you people in the Congress, in the House to do? Because that's that's what your role is to do. And it doesn't seem like for decades now, any of you know how to do it.